everybody? Welcome to, I almost said the old name. Welcome to All In. We're here live watching the Kansas-Kentucky game, giving you a show that can give you knowledge and make you money. Last week, if you took my picks, you took them on the money line, you broke even, you deserve better. I'm sorry. So let's kick this off. Bleep that. I don't want to get muted on YouTube. Help me out. Give me an intro. Get some comments. Let's go.
Hey, let's get some likes, some comments, some subscription over on the YouTube. Ring that bell. You know what to do. We love you. You love us. Let's get this thing going. Let's get started right into it today. NCAA football. Things are heating up. We're getting closer to some conference championships. Some teams are really starting to bust out of their shell. Let's talk about this first game. Louisville at Hard Rock Stadium. Louisville against
very
Miami.
trappy, buddy. I like Louisville a lot. Last year, I mean, to see a team go from terrible to, I would say, great is unbelievable over a course of 1 year. So with that being said, I'm not going to bet this game, but this is the type of game that you watch because here, my heart tells me to take Miami, but I really like the story going on here, so I'm going to stay away from it. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, it's a game that I look at, unfortunately, and I say Louisville is a better team. It is a better
ranked number 11.
It is a better coach team by far. I would love to pound them in this game, but I'm very, very skeptical of the fact that they are the 11 seed, as you mentioned, -1 only on the road.
I don't like this game. The next game we're going to talk about is Utah is visiting Arizona. Arizona squeaked out a win against Colorado. I personally, in this game, I like Utah. Maybe I'll sprinkle it. Like, I'm not a big college football guy. I gave you Texas Tech last week. That was a stone cold lock. I loved that. I mean, they were up most of the game. Then it got close and weird, but they ended up
by the way, your Texas Tech winner
Yeah.
was one of those ones where I just get caught in a DM of like guys like, I think Marco's got an insider. How could he sniff out Texas Tech? I mean, how could he possibly see that coming?
I mean, the amount of people that think
they thought we loaded up the computer.
Today I got messages that a guy was happy my dad died, and I mean, the messages we get, it's either so positive and happy or so negative. It's unbelievable. But Utah, I like Utah in this position. I think they're a tried and true team. I would say that they have more veterans on that team. But I like Utah here. What do you like?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. To me, Utah is one of the few teams, if maybe the only team in the Pac-12 that brings it from a defensive standpoint. I do like them in this game, but again, I'm a little thrown off by the spread because for me, they are a far more superior team than Arizona. Arizona did not look good against a Colorado team that hasn't been able to stop anybody this season.
Arizona's at home. They're ranked. I agree with you. I see where it can kind of get confusing.
Yeah.
I just lean Utah on this game.
Yeah, I lean Utah as well. We'll see if I put any action on that.
This is the most interesting game of the week, at least in my opinion. I mean, I just can't stay away from this, and we're going to talk about it. Georgia is only -10.5 at Tennessee. Tennessee's known at playing these teams tough late in the season. I'm going to put it this way. I think Georgia's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised Tennessee to play very tough.
Yeah, the Vols have an unbelievable home crowd, and as we've mentioned on the show before, Georgia usually comes into games, -14, 15, -30, 35. For them to be 10.5 on the road, definitely something to look at. As you mentioned, Tennessee, again, really solid at home. I'd be cautious of that game as well.
Be careful. Next game we're going to talk about is pretty simple, in my opinion. Kansas is on their second string or third string quarterback in this game. I think I know the only thing that makes me hesitant to bet this is these interstate games get very, very crazy.
Yeah, this game's going to be wild. A 6 o'clock game.
And Kansas's backup quarterback has shown a lot of promise. Both of them, even the third string.
Yeah.
So if you want my opinion on this game, maybe I would sprinkle the over, but I don't like either of these teams. I don't like the spread. I'm not touching it.
I'm going to stay away from this game. Memorial Stadium gets pretty hyped up. A 6 o'clock night game, as you mentioned, two teams in the same state.
Yep.
That place is going to be rocking.
Okay, a game that I'm very confident in coming to you to talk about today. You have Washington coming to Oregon State. Oregon State is somehow favored by 2.5.
Yeah. They
have a quarterback that transferred from Clemson, DJ Ugalele. I think he's white. I think he's just terrible. I think he's like what do they call it?
He gained like 40 pounds in the offseason.
What is it?
Smoke and mirrors?
Smoke and mirrors. Because I just don't think he's very good, but they're favored here. This game is the weirdest line of the week. My brain tells me to hammer Washington. The problem is everybody's going to hammer Washington. I recommend everybody that is going to bet this game, bet it live. Bet it live. Whether you like Oregon State, Washington might drive down and score an early touchdown. Whether you like Washington, guess what? Oregon State's favored. So if Oregon State takes any type of lead, you're getting value. Please take my advice and live wager that game.
I have been looking at this game all day long. I cannot for the life of me. Michael Penix in the Heisman race with the number 5 team going into Oregon State.
Makes absolutely no sense.
Getting 2.5. It's hard to not assume that the world is going to pound the Huskies in this game. Man, it's one of the weirdest lines I've ever seen.
It is. It is.
It's a bold statement, but we've been doing this a long time. This is one of the weirdest lines I've ever seen.
Can we talk about one of the craziest parlays we've ever been sent?
Let's talk about it.
This guy had a 13-leg parlay. The odds were plus 409,517. The guy put $13.69, you sicko 69 cents, and won $56,076.58. And tell them how, please. Tell them the last leg.
So he sends this yesterday. We catch wind of it. I mean, I have to tell you that I watched this game solely with you on my mind, my man, especially down to the wire. So let me just break it down for you.
He should have lost this.
Last night, the last leg, under 46.5. He rode that under primetime wave, and let me tell you something, it worked out, and it worked out in dramatic fashion. That last second field goal by the Broncos put it at 46 on the dot.
So he won by a hooker.
A hooker.
That's so insane. Congratulations to this guy. I mean, for you to hit a plus 400,000, you deserve a medal. You deserve.
Sorry, cousin.
It's all right. We'll share yours. You deserve something. I'll tell you that right now.
Unbelievable.
All right, next on to NFL. Josh Dobbs is doing exactly what Anthony and I both thought he would. And he is a class act you put on there. Talk to me about it.
I could not be happier for anyone more than Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs, his post-game interview solidified. I've been saying it for so long. We've both been saying it. Joshua Dobbs has serious talent. He has a serious set of skills, but he also has a serious set of football knowledge that he brings into the game. The way he presented himself at the end of that game and the presser even made it more apparent to me how much I love him.
It's hard not to like him. I said it before. I said it again. Stroud goes crazy. The guy, again, we talked about how great he was. Yeah. And then he showed up and he beat Burrow
and
at
he threw
their house.
for 350.
And we posted that clip. He's the best quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State. Everybody's like, Texans money line. It's hard to hate it. I can't tell you not to. A lot of people took that because of that clip.
This guy is getting MVP caliber chat now as a rookie. 450 last week or 460, 350 this week. Both.
He faces Arizona this week.
Game-winning drives.
Be really weird if he lost that game. All right, Bills fire their offensive coordinator immediately. Did he even get to go home?
No.
Do you think they fired him in the locker room?
They may have. He might have flew home on Southwest.
Do you think they fought in the locker room? There was a fight or something?
No.
They just said you're out.
I just think they said, hey, listen, we've got Josh Allen. We've got Stephon Diggs. We're not getting Stephon Diggs the ball. We're not running the ball effectively.
They're definitely not running the ball effectively.
They're not running the ball effectively. I mean, those stats from last night were inflated, in fact. I mean, I seen that Cook had 100 yards. He fumbled once, fumbled again.
No, he
scooped his own ball.
Oh, yeah, because the one fumble was on Allen.
That was that was near a 60-yard run, which inflated the rushing yards up to 100. That team has not been able to run the ball efficiently. But, hey, guys, Josh Allen is trying to do way too much, and unfortunately, he's making big mistakes because of it.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to say.
I'm not a fan of the head coach McDermott.
This is a bold statement, and maybe not so much now. I saw the Bills' schedule even after the Broncos. I said, for them to make the playoffs is going to be tough, and I think that they're going to miss the playoffs. I really do.
Yeah. In fact, somebody else might think they're going to miss the playoffs.
Trayvon Diggs
Did you see that tweet?
said, "Get 14, get him out of there." It's his brother. So,
and then did you hear what he said today?
What did he say today?
He basically said today, in the nicest way possible, he said, "Hey, Josh Allen, you weren't much until till Bro got there." So,
oh Jesus!
So this is getting pretty heated. You definitely know that these guys are seeing these exchanges. It's going to definitely.
You know what's
heat
great
things
about
up.
it has positives and negatives. What we see now in professional sports is you see the upset. You see people upset immediately, and when they say things and they shouldn't, and it's great because you get that instant interaction. You get to see everything going on. All I'm going to say is he trying to make a ploy to get his brother to Dallas?
He sure might be.
That'd be
and
interesting.
God forbid if that happens.
And my man's at home chilling because he has a torn. He got his knee fixed. He's like, "Get my bro the ball." He was getting so mad.
Absolutely.
Hey, no free advertising. What the hell? If you want to be here, you pay for it. You pay for it. All right, guys, listen. I can't say the Chargers are disappointing.
You can't?
I can't.
Okay. Tell me why.
Because they battled back. They were down big early. They battled back. They tied it. All I could say is their coaching just needs something. The fact that a team was confident enough to go for it on 4th and 2 is terrifying.
This is that time in the show where I become the coach whisperer. So if you remember last year, I said Nathaniel Hackett would get fired right in the middle of the season. He did. Then I said McDaniels would get fired. He did. And let me tell you this. You heard it here first. If the Chargers go to Lambeau this weekend and lose the game, Staley will also be fired. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe he will be relieved of his duties. He may fly home on Spirit as well.
Do you think if he loses in Green Bay, it's over?
I think so.
Fair enough. So
that's going to put them at 4-6, having lost to a 3-6 Packers team who has been, bad is not even the word.
Well, what's really interesting here is they're going to Green Bay. They're -3. Weird. I don't care what you say. That's weird.
Right. And guess what? That's another game. I would urge everyone to be very cautious. I think a lot of money is going to be on Herbert to get the job done in that game. The Packers have looked horrible. The fact that they are +3 at home is a little bit scary.
What else we got here? We got 49ers and Young, 5 sacks. Wow.
Yeah. So the 49ers absolutely.
There's something to be said there.
They got after Jacksonville this week. They got 5 sacks in the game. You could really feel the presence of Young. What's going to happen there is that either Nick Bosa is going to run the quarterback to the side of Young or vice versa.
I genuinely believe the Niners losing the 3 games when they did might have been good for their season. It was the right time to lose.
It may have come at the right time. And
Honestly.
then coming off a bye and then a major statement
Now, a
win.
team that we're going to talk about is the Raiders. Win 2 straight after firing their coach. Now they're 12-point dogs, though, on the road. That's crazy.
That is crazy. It almost smells like they're going to get blown out, but
The
they
line's
are playing
12.
with tons of momentum.
Yeah.
Do you see how much momentum they had in that game?
They got momentum.
Their coach is
that's for
instilling momentum into that roster.
And he's building, he's building trust with the players, and that's so special. When a player trusts the coach, it just changes the whole dynamic of the locker room. It makes it more approachable, makes you want to be there. When you screw up, you don't want to screw up. You go to your coach and you say sorry, and that goes a long way. But now we're going to talk about the Browns. I called this game. I felt this game. They fell behind early. Pick 6. They turned the ball over on the 10-yard line, gave them an easy touchdown. It was actually
Were you getting the hate mail at that point?
I didn't even look at my messages, to be honest with you. But I'm sure I did. But I love the Browns. I lived them plus 420. I lived them plus 11.5. I lived them plus 17.5. I had them every way to Sunday. They came back, won. They actually helped me break even on Sunday because I got hurt in the late games. Even though Arizona won, which I liked, I still got hurt in the late game. So I was happy to see that. What are your feelings on this Browns team, though?
This Browns team, they do exactly what they do every single weekend. That's come out and play defense. They obviously ran into a juggernaut offense that the Ravens have been. But again, they got a couple key stops when they needed to, and that led to the comeback. And Deshaun Watson, whether you like him or not, he's an absolute gamer. And if you put the ball in his hands at the end of the game, he's going to make magic happen.
People saw those wheels he has. He can run. There's
He
no
is
doubt
a
about that.
special athlete, man.
Mac Jones in New England, cousin. It's time for you to sell State Farm insurance, buddy. That's what you are. You're no more than a college quarterback, and then after college, you go sell insurance. Because, my man, I could have thrown that ball into the end zone for a touchdown. All you had to do is lift it up over the goddamn DB. You suck. You are. I hate you more than I hate the Eagles. I'm going to tell you that right now. New England should run you out of town. You had a wide open throw to make. It was easy. Your team hates you so much they didn't even let you finish the game, and there was 3 minutes left. I think you are terrible. You were given the opportunity. Not only were you given the opportunity, you were given a second opportunity. I do not think you belong in the NFL. I think that game was the kiss of death for you. I really do.
Mac Jones is he is very close to that point that you just mentioned. I truly believe that. I think you and I had our doubts when we watched him play in the national championship, even though they destroyed Ohio
State. But now
State.
It makes sense. He had Devontae Smith. He just threw the ball on a crossing route, and the players did all the rest.
Of course. And here's the other thing: Mac Jones. At the beginning of this season, if you remember it, he actually was telling the coaching staff and the organization that he would like the opportunity to be a NFL professional type quarterback, to drop back, to throw that thing, to kind of let loose. It appears they've given him that opportunity. He's done nothing but fail time and time again. I think we are maybe one bad half away from the Bailey Zappi
I'll
show.
give you my home insurance business. It's I pay about $9,000 a year for insurance for my house, so I'll pay you for it because it's all good. CeeDee Lamb says he's the best receiver in the NFL right now. I want the Cowboys to calm down. You beat Tommy DeVito, fellow Italian. God bless, love him. Mm-hmm. But you beat Tommy DeVito in a beat-up Giants team. I need that same energy when you were 1st and 6. First and goal from the 6-yard line against the Eagles, and you didn't win it. You spun Uncle Marco, into a mental fucking craziness. I'm mad at you guys. I'm cool with you bragging. I'm cool with you flexing, but you got to back it up. And unfortunately, I don't have a team for you to have to worry about right now because I think this week you're going to face – who are they facing this week? They're playing the Panthers. I mean, if you don't beat the Panthers, that's going to be pretty sad. But whatever. All I'm going to say is calm down. You're great. You're really good.
500 yards over the course of the last 3 games.
I can argue that you are the best, but I need you to beat the best teams. So that's all I'm going to say.
Like I said, 500 yards over the past 3 games. The weird, not weird, but the most unbelievable statistic to me is 17 catches over 15 yards in those 3 games.
That's pretty cool.
The reason that I really wanted to mention that truthfully is because I watched that clown Richard Sherman go on the Skip Bayless show and say, oh yeah, this guy gets no yak. He's a subpar receiver. He started putting him in discussion with guys that he shouldn't be in discussion with. I think you should absolutely apologize to CD and the rest of the guys because you're dead wrong.
Richard Sherman's just trying to stay relevant. He's got these jobs because he is super intelligent and he's well-spoken, but I can promise you he has no idea what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
None. Bengals at the Ravens, kicking off Thursday Night Football. Gentlemen, if there's ever been a live wager game, like I told you in college, this is the one this week to live wager. At some point, both teams are going to have the lead, in my opinion. I don't know how big of a lead, but both teams will have a lead. I'm worried about the Bengals pass rush with Sam Hubbard being slightly injured on a short week. I don't know if he's going to be playing. Proceed with caution. That's all I could say. And if there was a prime time over to bet, this might be it.
This could possibly be the best Thursday night matchup that we've seen thus far this year. The Thursday night matchups have been horrible. The one thing I'll tell you, I couldn't agree with you more about the live action. In this game, look at the Bengals rush defense, 30th in the league. That is not going to fare well
against the Ravens?
A team who loves to run the ball and a quarterback who can absolutely light it up.
So if I was going to bet anything in this game, I'm taking the over in the game. That if I was to bet anything, I don't think I'm going to bet it, but if I was, over. Steelers at the Browns. This is my easiest pick of the week. I like the Browns money line. I don't. The Steelers got lucky last time they played. I don't think that they're going to get lucky this time. I think the Browns are going to walk all over them in this game. I like the Browns money line.
Last week, I told you the Steelers are the worst 5-3 team I've ever seen. Then they went and beat the Packers. They're now the worst 6-3 team that I've ever seen. I think they obviously, at this point, get exposed by the Browns. The only thing that's making me a little nervous is that line. I think the Browns should be favored
buddy,
a little heavier.
Both teams are 6-3.
I agree.
Both teams are coming off of a win.
Yes.
Both teams are in playoffs.
It's a division game.
It's a divisional game. 4 is the correct line. I just think the Browns win this game.
But I just don't understand how they're going to try and tell me that Kenny Pickett is going to play the all-around best defense in the league at that line.
Because of
the Steelers are so bad.
The line's 4 because of Tom.
I don't know when this is going to end. I can't watch this Steelers shit anymore. It's 6-3.
I know. It's actually crazy. God bless their coach. That's all I'm going to say. Bears at the Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, I advise everybody to never bet a Bears game that I tell you to bet. I'm going to sprinkle the Bears plus 10. The Bears always play the Lions tough. It's a divisional game. A lot of divisional matchups. I like the Bears getting 10 points on the road. Sorry. Don't bet it. Seriously, don't. Stay away from it. I'm going to bet it.
I am not going to bet it, but I'm going to tell you why I do like your pick a little bit.
Tell me why.
Because Jared Goff and the Lions, they strive off of the run game, which then sets up the play action pass. And then when he gets in that rhythm, forget about it. He turns into a bona fide superstar. The Bears come into this game with the 5th-ranked rush defense in the league. You seen what the Lions did last week. They put 2 backs out on the field, Gibbs and Monty, who both went for 100-plus
Ran
apiece.
for 200 yards. Yeah.
That is not going to be the case this week. They're going to have to rely heavily on Jared Goff to throw the football against a very, very weak Bears secondary. I think that's why the line is at 10. But I do, I could see the Bears kind of covering. I really could. I'm going to stay away.
Chargers at Packers. I'm not touching this game. I get it. Everyone likes the Chargers.
Yeah, we talked about this game. Like we said, proceed with caution.
The Chargers need to win.
Yeah.
Next game, we're going to talk about Raiders at Dolphins. I lean taking the Raiders on an adjusted line plus 14.5, but I'm not going to touch it. It's just when the line's that big and everybody's listening to all the positive Raiders talk, it scares me.
Yeah, I think Fangio is going to dial up some serious blitzing at home against a young player in Aiden O'Connell. I know he's played great in the last 2 games, especially the last game, but I look for the Dolphins to get after him, attack him, and then offensively, I look for them to have their way against the Raiders.
Giants and Commanders. I'd be shocked if the Giants could even get remotely close to winning this game. The over-under is 37. I don't like any of it. I don't want any part of it. Sam Howell's better. They should have won in Seattle. I can't believe they didn't.
Sam Howell's lighting it up, bro.
He's great. He's fine.
He looks amazing.
He's gonna do just fine, everybody. I don't know if you have any words on this, but I can't bet against an Italian kid. I like Sam. I can't bet this.
I hate to do this because the kid is Italian, but I am going to do it.
You are going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Commanders in this game.
Okay.
But I'm going to slice it thin. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you guys something juicy because I know there was a lot of people complaining that I took the 49ers.
You're giving a juicy bet right now?
I'm pounding it. Okay. I'm doing the prosciutto right now.
Give it to me right now.
I got to slice it right now. It's going to start off with the Commanders. Commanders minus 5.5 on an alternate. Broncos plus 3. 49ers minus 6.5 on an alternate. And the Cowboys minus 6.5 on the alternate. That's a 4-team team. And believe it or not, that plays plus 400.
Plus 400. Wow.
Do you like that?
I actually like that more than I should, but I'm not a big alternate guy, so I'm
really happy.
I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch you win that, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
I mean,
appreciate that.
The fact that you did a plus 400, I'm a little nervous because you're around plus 200.
Yes!
So that's pretty crazy.
Last week I was minus 150. Ashbet, suck on it. We hit it. We hit it,
God
baby.
bless. Titans at the Jags. Guys, I understand that everyone's going to be on the Jags after this game. It's a 6.5-point line. If you watch my show consistently, what do I say? I have to bet every plus 6.5-point line no matter what. That's how it works. It worked last week. If you listened, it worked on both games, win and cover. So I'm going to take it again. I got to take plus 6.5. I don't like it, but I got to bet it. 6.5. I've created a rule. I'm not going to go against it.
Titans plus 6.5 at the Jags.
I have to.
Hey, the Jags got their asses spanked last week. That might kind of transition into this game. And when I say they got spanked, they got beat up bad. Hard not to like the Titans plus 6.5 after that pounding.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be another game that we're going to talk about. It's Cardinals at Texans. People are going to pull down the Texans' pants and make sweet love to them for hours. It's going to be, honestly...
Let me see you do it.
It's gonna be on Pornhub. The way people are gonna pound this, it's gonna be trending on Pornhub. That's how good this is gonna be, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, that's how bad
it's gonna be trending.
They're just gonna
on
be like,
Pornhub.
pound it. I'm gonna be all over the Cardinals in this game. +4. Kyler Murray is back. He looks fantastic. He's able to run away at full speed. I think that the Cardinals are so much better with him back in the game. I think they win this game, actually. I'm going to take it +4 and on the money line, +160. That's where I'm leaning. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it enough to bet it.
I'm going to get some live action potentially on this game, and it's probably going to be on the over.
On the over?
I think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout, and I could definitely see the Cardinals squeak one out at the end because the Texans have won twice in a row, essentially on the last drive. So,
well, I agree. I'm on Cardinals +4 and money line. So there you go. Buccaneers are at the Niners. This is a very tough game, and I would say that this is a make or break game for the Bucs this year. They're 4-5. They haven't looked bad, but they haven't looked good. They beat a Titans team they should have beat. Congrats. I'm kind of torn here. This is a no bet for me.
Baker Mayfield, if you're listening, please up your life insurance. The 49ers are going to blitz you into oblivion, especially at home. I think the Niners absolutely toy with him and the rest of the boys, and they destroy the Buccaneers.
Wow, that's confidence. Okay, Jets at the Bills. The question here is, the Jets need to win so they can get Rodgers back. The Bills need to win to somehow make the playoffs. This is, again, a no bet for me. I don't want any part of it. I got to be honest with you guys when I don't like stuff, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, Rodgers is like, he's telling guys, give me a couple weeks. He like grabbed a box that I seen like a potion come out of in a flask that I haven't seen since science class. I don't know what's going to go on in this game. The Bills are very vulnerable right now. Their defense doesn't look the greatest, and their QB play is just, I don't know what that guy's going to do.
Cannot blame him right now. There was a lot of drops in that game.
There was a ton of drops, but I'm saying he does turn the ball over. He is a turnover machine.
Yeah.
1 or 2 turnovers when you're playing the Jets. The Jets D is no slouch.
I agree.
They could hang in this game. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from it. It's a divisional clash as well. It's dangerous.
Okay, next game I do have an opinion on. It's Seahawks versus Rams. It's no secret I hate the Seahawks. I like the Rams +1. Seahawks can suck it. They're the worst 6-3 team I've ever seen next to the Steelers. I wish those two teams can go into a little park and just leave them behind. Like, never pick them up. Just stay there and play each other the rest of your lives.
Never pick them up.
And I got news for you. A friend of mine is married to a Seahawks player, and I want to let you know it's caused a little bit of a rift. Because I love her and I love her husband. He's a great guy and he married into an incredible family, but I just cannot stand this team.
Your boy Gino got the ball last in his hands last week. He throws a sort of a jump ball up to DK in the middle. DK goes up and gets it, makes him look good. They kick the field goal, steal one from the Commanders.
Makes me sick.
Stafford back in the lineup for the Rams. I think the Rams are going to try to run the ball effectively against the Seahawks.
Rams are +1. I'm taking +1.
Yeah, Rams +1 is my lean on this game. Vikings at the Broncos. It's the beloved Broncos.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my game of the week. I'm in love with the Broncos. They're going to win this game, no problem. I'm taking them on the money line because by the weird case that they do win by 1, I don't want to be upset. Broncos money line to make it 5-5 for the year. And ladies and gentlemen, I know this is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. They do have a path to make it to the playoffs. So I'm not saying they're going to.
They do.
I'm not saying they're going to. But I got to give you like my best bet of the week. My best bet of the week is Broncos money line. And I love that it's a Sunday night game because it gives anticipation all Sunday long. And if you're down, you can battle back with the Broncos money line. And I love that idea. I love it.
Listen, it's a crazy, crazy game. You got Joshua Dobbs coming into this game. The Vikings are, they're eyeing that potential playoff spot as well. The Broncos are also eyeing it. The Broncos are coming off a big win. It's a short week. I love Sean Payton. I really, really look for the Broncos to play their heart out this game to get to 5-5. But cousin, let's talk about the city of brotherly love.
Chiefs at Eagles. Guys, I'm not betting against you, Eagles. I can't. Something tells me this is a game you guys could win. I don't want to bet against the Chiefs though, but the Eagles I think can beat the Chiefs.
This game, listen, I just want to watch football, because this game is going to be in Arrowhead. This is Super Bowl.
Do we fly there? It's in KC, huh?
Dude, this is Super Bowl 2.0. And you know what's going to happen?
What?
Kelsey versus Kelsey, and then Taylor Swift fucking 700 times up in the box.
Yeah, honestly,
it's going to be an absolute jerk fest for entertainment.
Maybe I'll fire the jet up and we'll go.
In those entertainment games, you know who usually comes out on top. It's the big dog 15. I'm going to be wary of that, though. I want to see the first couple possessions. If the Eagles come out hot, I may jump on the Eagles. But if I see that the Chiefs are able to get a couple stops defensively, which their defense has looked pretty solid this year, then I have no choice but to jump on Pat.
Okay.
Cuzzy?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part in the show where I give you a little parlay action. So let me get into my little app here.
Get in there.
Let me go into where I need to go.
Get in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you a 20-1 parlay. 22-1. 20-1. Here's how it's going to go. Cardinals +4. Bears +10.5. Browns money line. Rams +1. Broncos money line. 20-1. I like it. Do you like it? Let's have some fun.
20-1. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Your cousins love you. You know that. Keep that in your heart always. When we win together. When we lose together. We're out.